So today's topic is going to be a little different. This is something that a lot of people experience on a regular basis, but they don't really think about as in depth as what I'm going to talk about today. Uh, the average person, this is something I don't know if any of you know, but the average person has over 12,000 thoughts every day, on average of 1,000 per hour. And that's the average person. Deeper thinkers, doctors, lawyers, philosophers, writers, for example, can think up to 2,500 or more thoughts in a given hour, which adds up to over 50,000 thoughts a day. That's pretty staggering when you think about all the things that you're normally occupied with, and then you add all these extra things that just randomly pop into your head. A lot of these things are external stimuli, things in your outside world that pop in now and then and affect you. But most of your other thoughts are actually your choice. You have control over all these other thoughts if you focus enough and have the intention to do so. So the question I ask is, have you really paid attention to your thoughts lately? Are you thinking more positively or negatively? And what effect has that had on today, for example? So take a moment, think about it. Think, okay, well, what have I been thinking about? And have I felt positively or negatively about it? Am I feeling like a victim? Or, as I like to call it, the boat of your mind, the ship of your mind. Are you a passenger, feeling victimized or at the mercy of the rocking of the waves? Or are you the captain of your mind at the helm, in control of your thoughts, on a clear path, and steadfast in your goals? That's a very important thing to think about as you experience every day of your life. This topic is fairly broad, thinking thoughts, but even though some people have spent their entire lives devoted to examining, explaining, writing books about, movies, etc., I'm going to talk about four main topics of this kind of phenomenon of 50,000 thoughts a day. And these are, I'm going to talk about the science of a thought. I'm going to talk about the ways that our thoughts affect our actions. I'm going to talk about how our thoughts change our personalities. And I'm going to talk about how our thoughts can make or break our ability to do things, either achieve that success or failure. The first thing we need to do to really understand this is to understand the science of a thought. And in order to understand the science of a thought, we have to kind of take a look at the human brain. And our brains actually give off electrical impulses based on our thoughts. They've got these cool little hats that you put on your head, and they measure your brainwave activity. And these are called EEGs. I'm not sure what the technical name for it is, but scientists are able to measure the thoughts based on different parts of the brain that ignite with energy. And electrical impulses are actually given off as we think and as we respond to what we're experiencing, what we're thinking, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and so forth. So it's very important to remember that our thoughts are actually things that don't just reside in our mind. They become physical. They are measured on the outside of our skull. So you can actually send that energy out into your atmosphere or your universe. And you can affect people and situations around you by your thoughts. I think we've all had those moments where you're at a party or a get-together or something, and somebody that's really depressed comes into the room. Or somebody that's really enthusiastic and excited comes into the room. You might not even see them, but you just know they're there. And you look up, almost without knowing why, but you felt their presence. You knew that they were there. Their energy, because of their thoughts, whether positive or negative, radiated out into the room and created a presence. So definitely keep your mind on that your thoughts are physical and they actually go out into your world and can change everything that you come into contact with on a daily basis. The other factors are that your thoughts on a regular basis become your actions. Your thoughts drive you to act on things. There's a fun example that I thought about when I was writing the speech. If anybody has seen the Matrix movies, Keanu Reeves, his character Neo, is sitting in a chair, plugged in. And his eyes are closed and he's downloading information from the computer. And he opens his eyes really quickly and he says, "I know Kung Fu." And it's kind of an over-the-top example of how our thoughts can change our lives and create new things and change who we are. But really, let's say you decided, I want to learn Kung Fu. Where does that come from? It's a thought. Simple thought. I want to learn Kung Fu. But if your thought is strong enough and focused enough, you might look online, watch some videos, do some research, call some local dojos or whatever. Eventually, you might actually sign up for a class, attend a class. Your thoughts on the subject dictate your actions. And the more you focus that thought on your desire, your goal, it moves you to act. And it all starts from a simple thought. So if we're able to control those thoughts from the beginning and get clear about what we want or where we're going and keep our minds focused during all those 30,000, 50,000 thoughts, we can really generate some strong actions in our lives and make some significant changes. In addition to driving our actions, our thoughts completely affect our personalities. We've all heard that attitude is everything. Well, it's probably the most important thing, because your thoughts, whether positive or negative, change your attitude about yourself, about your outside world, about every person you come into contact with, what you think about the panhandler on the side of the road, or the desk clerk at the hotel or the checkout counter. And your thoughts change your personality, how you view the world, how you encounter the world. So careful of what you think, because negative thoughts, we think, oh, it's just a negative thought, nobody knows it, nobody hears it. But these little thoughts of judgment, little thoughts of doubt, little thoughts of condemnation or condescendence or whatever it is, can literally, in conjunction with the physicality of your thoughts, can change your entire world and affect other people's worlds, other people's lives. And that's chain reaction throughout who knows how far. So that's a key thing to think about when you're considering, what are my thoughts on a daily basis? The other thing that you have to remember is that your thoughts can completely change whether or not you're going to be successful or fail at any given task. And this is an example that I dealt with recently. If you've ever been hiking or riding a bike or motorcycle or skiing or something that requires focus or a pretty strong ability to accomplish something, if you completely doubt your ability to do those things and you encounter a tricky situation, you're coming up on a turn, there's gravel, you're on a motorcycle or bicycle, you're climbing over some rocks, and if you fall, you could hurt yourself pretty badly. Or you're skiing and you're trying to navigate a mogul or a tree or something like that. You completely doubt your ability. Chances are you're going to fall. Chances are you're going to slip. Chances are you're not going to be able to handle yourself in that situation. If you firmly believe, on the other side of that, that you are completely capable and that you have got this, and you know with confidence, with poise, with strength, that you can do what you're about to deal with, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to be successful. Your thoughts can override the situation and bring you to a successful outcome. So I've talked about the science of our thoughts. I've talked about the fact that we have 12,000 to 50,000 thoughts per day. So be careful and make them count. Make them important. Let them follow your goals, your outlook. What do you want for your life? Those 50,000 thoughts a day make a huge difference in your world. Your thoughts are physical, and they go out into the world and affect other people and can change other people's lives simply by your thoughts and your attitude and your energy that you bring to any situation. Your thoughts dictate your actions. So if you want a goal in life, if you want to be able to go somewhere, do something, become someone, then you simply need to focus those thoughts and lead them to the actions that you want. Your thoughts dictate your attitude and your personality. If we look around at the negative people in our lives, they don't just think negatively. They are negative. They become negative people. This thought pattern has changed them. And after years and years of thinking simple little negative thoughts, they become a whole new person. So if you want to change yourself, you want to put better things inside you, all it comes down to is a simple thing of a thought. Belief equals results. You believe in yourself to be able to accomplish anything, whether it's giving a presentation, whether it's climbing a mountain, learning a new language, starting a new business. Your thoughts and your belief in your abilities will equal the results that you're looking for. So I hope after my little speech you have a little bit better perspective on the easiest way to change your life and improve your life and those around you by simply changing the smallest thing that happens so many times on a daily basis, and that is your thoughts. Thank you.
Nice.
There's my audience, still here, still alive, and thankfully not laughing hysterically. Bye, everybody.